of multiplication, the 11th gate. Multiplication now to declare I proceed, which is by philosophers in this wise defined. Augmentation it is of that elixir, indeed, in goodness, in quantity, both for white and red. Multiplication is, therefore, as they have said, that thing that doth augment the medicines in each degree, in colour, in odour, in virtue, and also in quantity. And why thou may thy medicine multiply infinitely, the cause, forsooth, is this. For it is fire which turned will never die, dwelling with thee as fire doth in houses, of which one spark may make more fires, I wis, as musk and pigments, and other spices more, in virtue multiplieth, and our medicine right so. So he is rich, thee which fire hath less or more, because he may so greatly multiply. And right so rich is he which any part hath in store of our elixirs, which be augmentable infinitely. One way, if thou dissolve our powders dry, and oft times of them make congelation, of it in goodness thou makest, then augmentation. The second way, both in goodness and in quantity, it multiplieth by iterate fermentation, as in that chapter I showed plainly unto thee, by divers manners of natural operation, and also in the chapter of our cibation, where thou may know how thou shalt multiply thy medicine with mercury infinitely. But, and thou both will lose, and also ferment, both more in quantity, and better will it be. And in such wise thou may that so augment, that in thy glass it will grow like a tree, the tree of Hermes named, seemingly to see, of which one pepin 1,000 will multiply, if thou can make thy projection wittily. And like as saffron when it is pulverized, by little and little, if it in liquor be, tempered, and then with mickle more liquor dilate, tingeth much more of liquor in quantity. Then being whole in his own gross nature, so thou shalt see, that our elixirs, the more they be made thin, the farther in tincture so fastly will run. Keep in thy fire, therefore, both even and morrow, from house to house, that thou need not to run among thy neighbours, thy fire to seek or borrow. The more thou keepest, the more good thou shalt win, multiplying aye more and more thy glass within, by feeding with mercury to thy life's end. So shalt thou have more than thou needest to spend. This matter is plain. I will no more write now thereof, let reason thee guide. Be never the bolder to sin therefore, but serve thy God the better at each tide. And whiles that thou shalt in this life abide, bear this in mind, forget not, I thee pray, as thou shalt appear before thy God at doomsday. His own great gifts therefore and his treasure dispose thou virtuously, helping the poor at need, that in this world to thee thou may procure mercy and grace, with heavenly bliss to meed. And pray devoutly to God that he thee lead in at this 11th gate, as he can best. Soon after then thou shalt end thy conquest.